Happy Friday, January 12th. I'm your in-studio host, Gretchen Pleshaw. We have Ben Roof out and about in Vail Village. We have an awesome show in store for you today. On-site vets from Eagle, Colorado coming in, and I heard they have a little puppy heading this way too. So sit back, relax, get a cup of coffee. Good Morning Vail starts right now.
Things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Welcome out to Vail Village. We are here out at the Vail Village. It is gorgeous and cold this morning with a lot of fresh snow out on the ground. So let's take a quick look at today's weather forecast. Starting off this morning, it is going to be a cold one at about 5 degrees here, 8 degrees at 8 a.m. this morning, with occasional snow showers all throughout the day, moving up to that high of 17 degrees in the mid-afternoon. It's going to be windy with winds 20 to 30 miles an hour coming from the west. Starting off around 8 a.m. there, looking at that hourly forecast, it's going to be cloudy with some of those snow showers moving in at noon at about 12 degrees there. Seeing that high sometime between noon and 4 p.m. where it'll be about 15 degrees. Still expecting snow showers and windy weather all the way through till tonight. We're seeing it about 16 degrees at 8 p.m. Taking a look there at the I-70 corridor down in Denver, it's going to be slightly cloudy with a high of 35 degrees. In Vail, 70% chance of snow with a high of 17. Avon, still a 70% chance with a high of 18. Little bit warmer in Eagle with a 60% chance of rain or snow and that high of 20 degrees. Looking at the overnight forecast there, we've got a low of 11 degrees tonight with a 90% chance of snow and very windy overnight with winds from the west 25 to 35 miles an hour. As we take a look there at the rest of the week, on Saturday we've got that 70% chance of snow and a high of 19 degrees, a high of 31 on Sunday with a 90% chance of snow, still a 90% chance there on Monday with a high of 22 and a negative of 11 degrees that night. And then on Tuesday we're seeing a powder day with hopefully mostly sunny skies with a high of 24 degrees. And then on Wednesday, we're seeing that high of 36 with some afternoon snow showers. And then as we take a look at the Vail Mountain snow report there, we've got 2 inches of new snow in the last 24 hours, 7 inches in the last 48, with a season total of 127 inches and a 44-inch base depth. We've got 29 lifts running, 253 trails open with 91% of Vail's terrain. That's going to be lifts running from 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. today. And Beaver Creek's got a little bit more snow with 4 inches in the last 24 hours, 10 inches in the last 48, on 106 inches for the whole season with a 35-inch base depth. And then we've got 25 lifts running over there with 133 trails open and 50% of Beaver Creek's terrain. And that is going to be lifts running from 8:30 to 4 p.m. there. It's going to be a beautiful day out on the slopes. So if you get out there, bundle up because it is going to be super cold and super windy, but the snow is going to be incredible. We'll be right back with a little bit more show right after this.
Good morning, Vail.
Join us on board the Leadville Railroad Winter Express. Stay cozy in our heated lounge cars. Marvel at the stunning winter landscape. Sip delicious hot chocolate. Don't forget to check out our new specials. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
Hi, it's Julio from TV8 Vail. Do you ever wonder why our tagline is "There's more for you on 92"? Because we're always bringing you more. More Good Morning Vail from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. all year long. More local coverage with Vail Vibes and Covered Bridge on TV8. More opportunities to participate with new roundtable panels on mountain perspectives and our new Spanish programming block coming this fall. Find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on YouTube, or our website at tv8vail.com.
For TV8 in Vail, I'm Avisha Scarborough at the Gerald R. Ford Amphitheater. We'll see you next time. Hi, friends. Welcome to a little behind the scenes. I'm Avisha Scarborough, and I'm so excited to be part of the team at TV8 in Vail. I love the outdoor lifestyle here. I love the arts and culture, and I love being part of this community. My show is called Vail Vibes with Avisha, where I tell you about all the amazing activities going on here in Vail and surrounding areas all year round.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. We're still out here on a beautiful cold day in Vail Village, and we're going to go take a look now at Bill Humbert, the recruiter guy, who's got some wonderful advice for businesses trying to set goals for their recruiting drives. Let's take a look. Welcome back to the show. Once again, we are joined by recruiter guy Bill Humbert, who's got some more great advice for us on how to find the right job or the right candidate for the right job, depending on what side of the job search we're on. Welcome to the show, Bill.
Thanks, Ben. It's great to be here. And this time we're talking to me as recruiter guy looking for candidates. So so we're going to set some goals and show you how to do it.
Exactly. So what are some of those first goals and kind of the first steps to keep in mind as the business when you're going through that recruiting process?
What's important, first of all, is to know who the person is that you're looking for. Now, I'm not talking about names, but I'm talking about skills and experience. And too often companies write job descriptions that, honestly, I've read some of those job descriptions and I want, what's this person going to do? So it's important to really get that down right first. And then once you get that, then you start prospecting for candidates.
Well, some of those job descriptions can be kind of all over the board too. I've seen some posts where they're looking for a marketing person, but a lot of the skills they list are like photography and videography skills or graphic design skills, not necessarily somebody who's apted for coming up with marketing campaigns. And it seems to me, though, sometimes those jobs descriptions can get bigger and bigger and end up covering almost everything the business does. So how would you recommend that we kind of set the right metrics and kind of narrow that down a little bit?
You know, what you just described, Ben, was scope creep. uh, what what I suggest and coach with my clients is to create job descriptions that reflect what is going to be required. And I tell them, just put 3 requirements for the first 3 months that you expect that person to complete. And then 3 more for the next 3 months. So there's 6 months. And each one of them gets progressively more difficult to attain. And then 3 for the 9 month and 3 for the 12 month time. So that person knows when they look at that job description exactly what the job's going to entail. And they may self-select out. And that's a good thing, because then you're not wasting your time with somebody who's going to ultimately decide they're not interested. So it's important to lay everything out, and that way the person, fewer people are going to apply, which means you don't need as much dependence upon what they call artificial intelligence in the applicant tracking world. I personally call it artificial intelligence, because it doesn't do a good job selecting people either.
Well, and that can be a challenge too, is just like kind of narrowing down what the employee is going to be doing over those first 3 to 6 months, because the job can change as you see what that applicant is capable of, and a lot of things there that you might end up changing the scope of their job after you've seen what they can do, or even after the training. Because even if the person has every single thing you're looking for, there's still that little bit of a getting used to the company, getting used to your patterns, and like that training and onboarding process that's going to take some time, no matter how well qualified that candidate is. So how would you help set expectations for that recruiting process and make sure that we're not really surprised either by the amount of applicants we're getting or the quality of those applicants or anything else that might come up?
Well, first of all, don't depend on job boards and job postings. Only 8% of all jobs are filled through job boards and job postings. And so 74 to 76% of all jobs are filled through networking, which means both sides have an opportunity before the interview to learn more about the other side. And that will keep the chances of surprises to a minimum. And there have been times, Ben, when I've interviewed, I always do a phone screen, even for laborers, and they say something, I go, I know that you're going to be a great candidate for somebody, but I don't think this is the right job based on what you told me. And let's just save you some time, and let me make a couple of suggestions of companies that maybe you should talk to. So it's important to, make sure you really know what it is that person's going to have to accomplish. And the first 6 months is generally what it takes for a professional to really start to nail their job. And that's the reason you have those 3-month goals, the first 3 months, and the 3-month goals, and or the 3 goals for the second 3 months. And by the end of that time, you've now had a person that hopefully has completed all 6 of those goals, and then they can go on to working on the goals that require more skill and experience.
So how can you go about improving those hiring metrics? If we're already in place and we're kind of not getting the results that we need, what are some things that you would recommend kind of to take a look at as a first step there?
Keep in mind, recruiting is a sales process. It mirrors the sales process perfectly, line by line, step by step. Too many human resource recruiters are administrative or compliance type people. They're not sales professionals. So one of the first steps is to require those recruiters to do the same thing us professional recruiters do. And that is have a goal of how many people we're going to talk to in a day. And I strongly suggest, and when I managed just one recruiter in a startup, both of us had to talk to a minimum of 20 candidates per day. And that was in prospecting. And then we were making decisions as to whether we wanted to continue and bring that person in for an interview.
So when you're going through that process and you're talking to 20 candidates a day, are you getting most of those candidates through networking processes, or are you finding them through a combination of networking and job boards?
Everything. I do everything. I get on LinkedIn. I see if I can find them on LinkedIn. I get on Google and Bing, see if I can find, the higher level you can actually find, the lower level, not so much. And then, I'll get on the job boards and look at the resumes of the people who are looking. And then I'll find a way without paying to find that person. So they could be, they're on LinkedIn. So I just go through LinkedIn and connect with them. And now I've got their contact information.
Well, I had an experience recently with a recruiter myself where they cold called me kind of out of the blue, and I answered it expecting a spam call, but they were looking for equipment operators for the mining industry, which I don't know how they came across my contact or resume, having no experience in mining, but doesn't seem like that's necessarily the right way to go either, to make sure that you're kind of contacting people who you know already have an interest in your field, in your market, and have some of the skills that you're looking for already.
Exactly. So I would be talking to the competitors of the mining company and learning who works for them and, networking. So who's the best such and such equipment operator Well, I guarantee you something. That person knows the good ones and they know the bad ones. And, you say, well, who are the bad ones? Who should I stay away from? And they'll tell you. And then you say, who are the good ones? You know any that are kind of up a little ready to make a move? And they'll tell you. Do you have their contact number? Yeah, sure. Would you mind contacting them and letting them know I'm going to call? Oh, absolutely. Because they never know when they're going to need me too.
Makes sense. And then it also primes the pump for the person to get the call, to be expecting that. To be, oh, great, I have this opportunity on the horizon. And they're excited to talk to you.
Exactly. And, you as a recruiter, you gain a reputation. And I've known some great HR recruiters. There's a guy in the state of Washington by the name of Chris Dahl. And as soon as we started working together, I was doing a contract for Intermec. And as soon as we started working together, I went, this guy's got it. And then about 2 years after I worked with him, he called me up and said, I'm going business for myself. And he's done wonderfully as a professional recruiter since then. So there's some good ones out there. But most of the time, HR departments tend to hire either administrative or compliance people and expect them to be good salespeople.
Well, it seems like that can definitely be a challenge, but you are the guy to go to for a little bit more information and a little bit more help there. So where can people reach you?
Well, I'm easy. I'm recruiterguy.com, and there's a red banner above the fold that says Speak with Bill. Click on that, and you can get on my calendar, and we can chat.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much, Bill, for stopping by. Any last parting words before we let you go?
Yeah. Recruiting is sales. Get out there and treat it as such.
Awesome. Well, Bill Humbert, the recruiter guy, thank you so much for joining us. And we'll be right back with a little bit more show right after this.
Each week on the Tech Show, you can look forward to the latest in technology and how you can use it too. We'll also chat with leading experts, and you'll find out if the latest gadget will take my money or not. Don't miss the Tech Show. Tech your local listings.
Thank you for watching Good Morning Vail. Have an amazing day. Get on out there, soak up that sunshine. We'll see you tomorrow right here for more Good Morning Vail. Bye, everyone. Hi, I'm Gretchen Pleshaw. You might recognize me from the Glitz and Glam with Gretchen. Maybe you hear my voice on the radio from time to time or see me out at a concert or two. I love concerts. If you see me out, the long mermaid hair, I'm almost 6 foot tall. It's hard to miss. Come and say hi, give me a high five, and make sure to watch me right here on TV8.
My name is Tyler Alvarez. I work here at Sweet Basil in Vail. I'm a bartender here. I originally came to Vail to snowboard. I slept on my sister and my cousin's couch for what was supposed to be a week, turned into 2 months, and then I found my own spot, and then kind of made friends and worked different places in the valley and kind of just fell in love with it more and more every single day, and ended up finding my way to Sweet Basil through some friends who worked here and all the great things that I heard about it. And yeah, I've been here for 4 years now. It's hard to wake up in Vail and be upset when you look outside. It's just beautiful. My favorite part about working at Sweet Basil is definitely that I could be proud about everything that we're putting out, whether it's food, drinks. We also get to be really creative here. The bartenders, the whole team here, we workshop our menus every season, so we'll start with a spirit or an ingredient, and then we get to be really creative and make a whole project of it. And then when we get the final product, it's a drink that we're all really proud of for the whole menu, and that's super fun, just being able to be creative and work with new things. And the most fun cocktails to make, though, are definitely the ones that we get to create from scratch. When people take a sip and say, oh my God, this is delicious, or they just love it. And that's probably the most fun for me, the creativity behind it and making unique cocktails. That, for me, that would be the most fun drink to make, just the one that you start from scratch and then people are excited about. I'm Tyler, I live and work in Vail. Come see me at Sweet Basil.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Now, I don't know about you, but I get really hungry in the mornings, and we have our very own Tracy teaching us colorful cooking and all about shrimp today. Let's take a look.
Welcome back to Colorful Cooking with Tracy Miller. I am Tracy. Thanks for joining us here today. We're talking all about shrimp, how healthy and how easy it is to cook. So I have a farm shrimp, and I have a wild caught shrimp. So when you're getting ready to cook it, you kind of want to pat it dry. People are always amazed when I tell them this, but like even if I have a piece of fish or something, I will just gently squeeze it after it thaws out when it's frozen to get some of that excess water. Because if you're going to put it in your pan and you're going to try to get a sear on it, then you're not going to get rid of that excess water. It's going to kind of fill up in your pan and boil your shrimp, which is not what we are after. So just pat it dry a little bit with a paper towel, real gently too. You don't want to like manhandle those little tiny crustaceans. It's not going to taste as good. So real easy to peel. You just pull the tail off, flip it over, take the legs, and they should come off nice and easy. When you're working with the farmed fish, a lot of times they just have the tails on there, so you just pull those off really quickly. So season it generously with salt and pepper, and then a nice little ingredient that you can put on there, just a tiny, tiny bit of sugar. Why do we do that? It's just going to bring out the natural sweetness of the shrimp. And when we put it in the pan, it's going to help to caramelize a little. And literally, shrimp take about 5 minutes to cook. These are already pink shrimp, so we're not going to see them change a color, but a lot of times when they're a grayish color when they start, they just turn pink right away. So here we are. We're going to have those cook. I do have my salad started. This salad has cucumbers, sliced cucumbers, and peaches. If it's a really fresh peach, all you do is take a cut and go right around that. This is called the stone fruit. The seed is in the middle, and you should be able to turn it and open it up like that. That is the easiest way and the nicest way to open up a fresh peach. A lot of times the juice will be squeezing all over you, but not today because, like I said, it's not quite as ripe as it should be. All right, we're just going to slice these up really thin. Can you hear that shrimp cooking? It smells good already. Just a little bit of simple seasoning. I have my cucumbers, so I'm just going to put my peaches down. And as the shrimp are starting to cook, you'll see that their tails are turning a little bit, and then you just want to flip them over. This is literally going to take about 1 more minute. And the key to cooking any seafood and shrimp is don't overcook it. So right about this point, I'm actually just going to turn the heat off and let them cook that side right now real easily. So turn the heat off. They're already kind of firm to the touch. They've got a little caramelization. They're looking good. And now let's make a vinaigrette. We're going to go a little bit of olive oil, equal parts olive oil, orange juice. Orange juice is one of my favorite ingredients when I am making vinaigrettes because it's low in calorie. It gives it that nice flavor, and it's juicy and has that citrus. So you can use that quite often. All right, we're going to do a little bit of cinnamon. I'm actually going to get this one out right now because I need a spoon for cinnamon, because if you overdo it, you're going to be in trouble. So we're going to use about a teaspoon of cinnamon and almost a teaspoon of cumin. We're going to go a little bit less on the cumin because it's so strong. We're going to do those two right in there. And when you're working with dried herbs like this, you really want to let them sit in the juices for a little bit. So you want to make this and then let it sit. Not for a long time, but you do want to let it sit for a little bit. See, now shake it up. Okay, it's an interesting color. And that cinnamon is going to be dry right now. So the longer we let it sit right here, and I don't mean like days or anything like that. I mean, you can just let it sit for like a half hour or so. The longer we let it sit, the better it's going to taste. So let me get this out of the way and bring our salad in. The shrimp is looking good. I am going to plate this up and put our vinaigrette on. When we come back, we'll show you the finished product here, and then we'll get going with our farmed shrimp and make a delicious, creamy shrimp salad. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Colorful Cooking with Tracy Miller. I am Tracy. Thanks for joining us here today. We're talking all about shrimp, how healthy and how easy it is to cook. We are just going to cut these into little pieces. Actually, a lot of times when I'm making the shrimp salad, I will put it in my food processor, but I didn't want to lug the food processor in here today. So we're just going to slice the shrimp up, kind of nice and easy. If you put it in a little row, put them all together. My whole family's from Florida, so they actually have shrimp nets like right outside on their docks, and we eat the freshest shrimp you can possibly imagine. Mayport shrimp in Florida is delicious. Really, if you can get any shrimp from the Texas, the Gulf of Mexico, or Florida, you're going to be in pretty good shape with that flavor. And again, just don't overcook it, and you'll be tasting it and enjoying it. Okay, so here we go. We have our shrimp cut up into small pieces for the shrimp salad. And this one, sorry, I'm going to add a few calories to this because it's going to be nice and creamy. So I'm going to do a little bit of a mixture of sour cream and mayonnaise. Now, I'm a huge mayonnaise fan. I love eggs. I love mayonnaise. But mayonnaise alone, sometimes when you're making a salad like that, it's just a little too strong. So I like to mix mine with a little bit of sour cream. I actually do a half and half, 50% sour cream, 50% mayonnaise. Tons of salt and pepper. Either use dill or use tarragon. And if you're ever cooking lobster, tarragon is really, really good. It has all these little like leaves like this, and all you do is pull the leaves right off of the stems, and then we're going to chop them up. It's super easy, super fragrant, and it kind of has like a licorice type of flavor to it. So we're just going to take those right off. Actually, I just do it that way. Take them off that way. You can really put any herbs you want in here. If you would prefer, parsley or something like that, you can do that. Really making something that turns out to be in your recipe repertoire all the time. All right, super simple. Cut up cooked shrimp. We have tarragon, salt and pepper, mayonnaise, and sour cream. We're just going to kind of fold it all together and make ourselves this nice creamy salad. This is so good. I eat this just by itself, and I do a lot of this in like little individual cups, and people love it. And you can either eat it by itself, you can eat it on a salad, you can eat it with crackers or crudité if you wanted to, or you can put it in a wrap and take it out on a picnic. One of the things, though, about wrapping up creamy dishes, there's a little trick, especially if you want to take it out on your picnic. So right now, we're just going to put it on our bed of lettuce. This would be a nice little light lunch for you, packed with protein and vitamins and minerals, nice and light and delicious with a little bit of creaminess. I'm going to put a little more salt and pepper right on there, especially pepper. And then when we return, I will show you how to wrap that in a tortilla. So if you want a sandwich, if you're going on a hike or something, hitting the lake or the river, we're going to wrap that. I'm going to give you a few tips on how to make those wraps still taste good and not get too soggy if you're going on a picnic. Welcome back to Colorful Cooking. I'm Tracy Miller. Thanks for joining us here today. We are talking about shrimp, and we just made a shrimp salad with a creamy mayonnaise sour cream base, and we used tarragon today, which is actually delicious. I was crying a little bit because I didn't have the dill that I usually like to use with my shrimp salad. Have to compromise when you're using fresh ingredients, and that tarragon, it tastes really good. So start with some lettuce, and make sure your lettuce is dry. Like I've been telling you, kind of all day here, is dry things off, because all of that moisture is going to make your wrap mushy, and it's going to make your shrimp boil when you're putting it in the pan. So I have the shrimp salad here. I'm just going to put that down right on top, and I'm going to take a little bit of the mayonnaise base and kind of make like a little bit of glue to seal it closed. I love making wraps. I don't know why, I just really like rolling things. So take it like that. Pull it all out your way, move your fingers around so that you know that like you're going to get a good bite on every sandwich, and then just roll that baby up. That glue right there is going to seal it closed, and then I like to cut it in half. And when I'm making wraps and I'm getting ready to go on a picnic, or usually I'm getting ready to cater or go on a gig or something like that, what I do is I just put the wrap in the fridge uncovered until I'm ready to wrap it up. Because if you wrap it up in cellophane, what's going to happen is it's going to get all mushy. And since we have a creamy base, you want some mayonnaise on your sandwich, when you're making wraps, you want to have a layer. You want to have that lettuce layer to protect the mayonnaise on the inside and the wrap. Seems simple, but you can really kind of make a mushy sandwich if you're having it wrapped up for a little while. So we've got the two salads today. For the shrimp salad with peaches and cucumbers, and that's in a cumin cinnamon vinaigrette. And then we will also have the recipe here for you with the shrimp salad, which I'm going to say you're probably going to like a lot. Thanks for joining me here on Colorful Cooking today. Eat shrimp. It's low in calories, high in protein, and really good for you.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Familia, estamos muy emocionados de por fin presentarles nuestro nuevo programa completamente en español, Conexión Latina, que se estrena este lunes 21 de agosto a partir de las 7 de la tarde. Por el momento, el programa se transmitirá los lunes, miércoles y viernes de 7 a 7 y media de la tarde, con una repetición de 7 y media a 8, así que no hay excusas para perdértelo. Te recuerdo que puedes sintonizar nuestra programación a través del canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página web tv8vail.com y nuestra página de Facebook TV8 Conexión Latina. Acompáñanos en esta nueva aventura llena de información y entretenimiento local. No te lo pierdas.
Well, Archer and I are going to get headed on further down the trail, but I hope you'll catch up with us a little bit later. Hi, I'm Ben Roof, and I'm one of the new hosts here at TV8. I'm so excited to share all of my explorations throughout the Vail Valley with my dog Archer, where we'll be taking you to hiking trails, biking trails, maybe we'll go rafting, fishing, or whatever else we can come up with. I'm so excited to share all of that with you in my new segment, Outdoor Adventures. Don't forget to catch up with us every day right here at TV8 Vail or at tv8vail.com, because there's always more for you on 92.
Do you have an interesting hobby or skill you'd like to share for Vail Valley? We want to hear from you. We're looking for people to share their musical, artistic, culinary, woodworking, athletic, or technical talents on Good Morning Vail. If you'd like to share your talents with the community, email Danielle at tvavail.com. Join the community conversation. There's more for you on 92.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show. It's lightening up here in Vail Village, and it's already really starting to warm up today. So let's take a quick look at today's forecast here out in Vail Village. Starting off this morning, things are going to be about 8 degrees around 8 a.m. Moving on to about this afternoon, moving on to about 17 degrees as our high, with a 70% chance of snow throughout the day. It's gonna be really windy out there with winds from the west, about 20 to 30 miles an hour. Starting off at 8 a.m., 8 degrees and cloudy. As we can see here in Vail Village, the sky is still quite cloudy. Around noon, we're going to see some of those snow showers coming back in at around 12 degrees, hitting that high sometime between noon and 4 p.m. And things are going to start to cool off there at 4 p.m. towards 8 a.m., expecting it to be about 16 degrees there at early night. Still light and windy overnight. Then as we take a look at that I-70 corridor down in Denver, we're seeing a high of 35 degrees with mostly cloudy skies or partly cloudy skies. 17 as our high in Vail with a 70% chance of snow. Still a 70% chance of snow in Avon with a high of 18 degrees. And then in Eagle, we're seeing a 60% chance of snow with a little bit warmer high of 20. As we take a look at that overnight forecast tonight, we're seeing a low of 11 degrees with a 90% chance of snow. It's still going to be very windy overnight with winds from the west, 25 to 35 miles an hour. And then as we take a look at the rest of the week there, it's going to be a little bit warmer tomorrow, still with that 70% chance of snow and a high of 19 degrees. As we take a look over at Sunday, it's going to be a lot warmer there with a high of 31, still a 90% chance of snow. And then on Monday, we've got that 22 high with still quite a high percentage chance of snow there, with the low overnight at negative 11 degrees. And then as we take a look there at Tuesday, we've got a high of 24 and mostly sunny skies. And then on Wednesday, we see a chance of snow again with mostly sunny or mostly cloudy skies and a high of 36 degrees. So it's going to be a snowy weekend there, and hopefully we'll have at least one day with some nice sunny skies. But it's going to be at least gorgeous snow out if it is going to be quite a bit windy out on the slopes today. So bundle up, get out there, and have a blast. But up next, we're going to take a look at relevant galleries with Avisha Scarborough. Let's take a look.
Come on!
Hi friends, welcome to Vail Vibes. Avisha Scarborough here. Now if you've spent any time in Vail, you know that we have a vibrant art community here. And the latest addition to that community is a brand new contemporary art gallery with a long family legacy. When Courtney Olson stepped into the role of curator and gallery director at Relevant Galleries, she was following in her family's footsteps.
My great uncle, Paul Zucker, he moved out from North Dakota to Denver very early on in his career, and he fell into the art world. He loved the art world. He, in his home, he has Morenos and Picassos and just great, incredible artists. And he is a key collector in Denver in the art scene. And so when he started the gallery business, one of their next openings was actually in Aspen. And so my parents both got involved in that. And then you don't realize when you're sitting at the dinner table how much you pick up when you're little about the art world. And so I just joined 3 years ago. So we're a 3-generation family firm.
Their parent company, AD Galleries, has 11 established galleries throughout the Southwest. Courtney says she got to discover and choose a variety of emerging artists for this location.
That's the fun part. That's the fun part. We are always looking for artists. We probably get about 1,000 artist submissions every single year. And so typically in the springtime, we'll sit down, our executive team and each of our directors at all of our galleries will say, hey, this is what our clientele is wanting, this is what they're needing. And so we'll go through artist submissions, we'll go out to fun artist shows and figure out, who's selling and what are people wanting in the area. Especially big name artists, you want to get attached to those, but then also it's supporting the local artists, it's supporting the emerging artists. Like we just brought in an artist that's right behind me. His name is Jeffrey Gersten. He is definitely, I would say, more of an emerging artist, but incredible oil painter. I mean, his pieces look like photographs. And he is out of Arizona. And so it's that fine balance of showing both sides. So this gallery it's a show gallery. It's meant to show kind of the best work out of, I think we have 6 different artists in here right now. And so really going through and finding those pieces that are that wow factor that people stop and they're like, I want this in my house. Pretty much every single artist we do have in here is extremely contemporary. We have everything from wall sculptures to abstract paintings to one of the top Native American artists that is more that contemporary oil painter in the front. And so it does have a really unique mix where someone could easily choose one from each artist and have their whole home done.
Their sister galleries, Gibb Singleton in Vail and Relevance Denver location, are known for representing the very popular David Yarrow.
He has just very interesting background from going from North American wildlife and South American wildlife into these new storytelling scenes that are very cinematically driven. It's like a little movie set inside of a photograph. We had some clients that actually got to go up to one of his shoots up above Leadville, and he did a Leadville shoot up there, which was pretty incredible. And it was that Southwestern, but it was like Cara Delevingne and the pair of skis walking outside of the saloon, and it's so creative. And I think that's a big part of his work and who he is, but also when you hear him speak, you're like, this man is a genius.
And if you want to meet David Yarrow, Russell Young, or any of the other artists, keep an eye on the Relevant Gallery's website for upcoming events.
We're looking forward to doing a lot of incredible events. We have almost every single one of the artists that we have represented in here. We're going to be doing a show with them. We're going to be flying them in for a weekend, doing a show, having live music, bartender, all the fun things that you hope for a gallery show. But we'll be having, and it's really special to be able to meet the artist. And we're a very strong believer in you have to meet the artist to understand the art. When you meet the man behind the magic or the woman behind the magic, that's a whole different story.
Sounds incredible. We can't wait to dive deeper into the art and learn the stories of these talented artists. For TV8 in Vail, I'm Avisha Scarborough.
Good morning, Vail.
It's the fastest half hour in television. Toyota's Race Week takes you inside the high-speed world of NASCAR. Go behind the scenes for a look into the high adrenaline world of motorsports and hear from your favorite drivers as they discuss the drive to a championship. If you love NASCAR, you won't want to miss Toyota's Race Week.
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interests across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
Join us on board the Leadville Railroad Winter Express. Stay cozy in our heated lounge cars. Marvel at the stunning winter landscape. Sip delicious hot chocolate. Don't forget to check out our new specials. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the Immersion Theater.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
Hi, I'm Gretchen Pleshaw, host of TV8 Vail. From fashion to food, from film to festivals, experience a unique look at the boutiques, spas, restaurants, and venues that make the Valley so special. Join me for Glitz and Glam. Find it in Good Morning Vail or at our website at tv8vail.com. I can't wait for our next adventure.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. I am so very excited. I have a very special human being next to me, Susan O'Brien from the On-Site Vet Clinic in Eagle. How are you doing,
I'm very
Susan?
good. How are you?
I am so excited. And who do you have with you,
I
Susan,
have
today?
Josephine, my 6-month-old Pyrenees puppy.
Oh my gosh. Josephine's only 6 months.
6 months.
Oh, wow.
6
I did
months
not
and
realize.
74 pounds. Yeah, she is.
74 pounds.
74
Wow.
pounds. So she's going to be a big girl. And she's here with me today. She is my truck buddy and my work buddy. So she's kind of where I am.
She is definitely meant to be on TV. I love it. She's got it down. She has her ankles down. She is ready to go, Susan.
Work it.
So I have to take everyone back for a moment because
Yes.
we actually just met when
We
you did
did.
this amazing
Yes.
event
Thank
at
you.
your, and we'll talk about all things your vet, obviously, the
Yes.
On-Site Vet and Eagle. But you had this amazing event saying bring down all your fur babies and your friends and your pets. And I think it was dogs and cats, whatever you have,
Dogs and
correct?
cats.
Okay, yes.
Yep.
And get
Girl Scout
pictures.
groups
Girls,
came.
yes. And get pictures with Santa.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, I was there in like 3 seconds. And we were so stoked because it was such an inclusive event. And I really have to thank you guys because I
course.
think sometimes people don't always think during the holidays that some people don't have a choice to have children, or if they have chosen not to have children, which is
Right.
great, that in this valley especially, you really made all of us feel so included because I brought Gypsy and Bolly down. They posed with I cried. I know you know this.
We do. It was special for us too.
It was so
It was
great.
really wonderful.
So, Susan, can you give us a little bit of a background about your organization? Because I am so in love with.
Of course, of course. So we are a veterinary practice in Eagle, and we are also a mobile practice. So we have a veterinary truck that you see from East Vail all the way to Dotsero, Colorado River Road.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah, and so our practice started approximately 8 years ago as mobile only and grew super organically. So
So you were mobile only. That's
mobile
what I
only.
did. That's
Mobile
amazing.
only. And,
Wow.
and predominantly equine dentistry. So really
Okay.
focused. But what I heard from my clients and my patients too is just that they needed more. They needed laceration repair. They needed
Yes.
colic attendance,
Yeah.
on weekends or holidays. They needed all the things. So it expanded to large animal general practice and then all animal. So
love that.
it was such a fun thing. My background is mixed animal practice. So for me, it was so fun because we got to be their family veterinarian. We have such relationships with our patients, but
Yes.
with our clients because we know their kids growing up, we know their dogs, their cats, their They're hamsters, like we know. They're 4-H animals, like we know it all in a way. So it's really, really special when we get to know the entire family.
Well, and Susan, it was so interesting because our dear friend Rhiannon Rowe, she had invited me to come and bring Bali and Gypsy. And so, you know, that was my first time really getting to know you guys. And I have to say, I have to give you a huge shout out. So many people there, like young little kids, like 6-year-olds, knew everything about you. They had come to you for all their needs, dogs and cats, etc. It was really special to watch. In the 30 minutes I was there, it was like,
so
wow,
cool.
it's
That's really, thank you for telling me. I started probably, I think, it had to be earlier than 5 years of age, knowing what I was going to be.
Wow.
And my parents were always so proud of that, but they fostered it. And then the veterinarians that we went to when I was a child didn't talk to my parents, they talked to me.
you. I love that.
So I want to honor that, because I felt like they would explain, now you need to give this medication twice a day with supervision by your mother or something.
Wow. So they knew it was I mean, it's always been a part of you.
Yes, exactly.
That's brilliant.
And so I want to do that to these children and treat them like we have coloring pages of something that we made with on-site veterinary.
I love it. She's like, Mommy, enough talking. It's time for my moment.
But
she's beautiful.
But so like for the little kids, we have things like coloring pages, and we made them with our logo and all the animals we treat for Christmas. We added Santa hats to that. So we want them to feel like we want them to feel like they're welcome. Always. But then the older kids, like the 4-H kids, I encourage the parents, have the kids schedule the appointment. Like have them call me with their concerns and I'll chat with them. Or, you know, unfortunate circumstances like a euthanasia, like that's a lot for a child to process. So if they want to call me and talk about it, tell them to. Feel welcome to call me.
You're amazing. No, that's brilliant. I just want to take a moment because that is, you know, all of us, I feel like in these mountain towns, especially and in Vail, we love our animals. And that is so awesome that you take the time to really talk, because I'll be real blunt with you. Ever since I've had Gypsy for 10 years and Bali for 2, you know, as we get older, it is a harsh reality. And so even as an adult, I have concerns around that. So good on you for really taking that time and making people feel comfortable to talk about it, because it is something that's unfortunately part of the reality.
It is, but it can be beautiful and a kindness and a gift. So like that's my job, and I love to be a part of that. And then the most beautiful thing, like that is a hard thing. People always ask, like, how can you do that as a veterinarian? Right. Like that must be so sad. But then I give that family and that animal the peace, but also I see them with their next puppy or their next kitten, and I get to see that circle where they're healing. You know, it's really special.
I love that.
Really special.
So, Susan, you do so obviously. I'm like, goodness, I didn't even realize you're multi-talented here. No, you don't try. You are. What are the different things that you guys offer at the on-site vet?
Gosh, that is
I know it's a
loaded question.
Yes, because there's so much.
There's so much. So like, I could go through a day in the life, which is different every single day.
Right. How cool.
It's so fun.
It keeps you on your toes, right?
Always. I mean, and it always, the schedule could look one way, and by the end of the day, we're just all like, what happened? But it's incredible. So today we're mobile at ranches in the morning, and then we're in the afternoon we're at the hospital seeing mostly dogs and some kitty cats. Gosh, we do all of the general practitioners. So like our wellness appointments, our osteoarthritis patients, we deal with lots of adjunctive care. So we do acupuncture, chiropractic, laser therapy. We try to be on the forefront of medicine all the time, because although we're kind of, you know, in a mountain town, kind of isolated with the pass and the canyon, it's important to me that we're the very best that we can be, and we offer the very best. So we have incredible new age treatment for osteoarthritis. It's a monoclonal antibody. It's really incredible. Very little side effects for our patient, and incredible responses. So we had it very early with kitty cats, and then once approved with dogs, I had it shipped to the hospital the moment it was that it was available in the U.S. So we've been using that a lot, and it's been incredible. One of my favorite sayings, and I say it far too much, but age isn't a disease. So often owners will say, gosh, they're just getting old, and that's a part of the check-in.
No, right.
I don't accept that. Like, we can do better.
I don't accept that
I don't
either.
accept
I'm like,
it.
no,
Every day should be wonderful. So I don't like the
100%.
slowing down, the having trouble getting up. No.
Right.
So we do that.
No, I love your energy. Yes.
We also, like, part of the passion, so we opened On-Site Veterinary, the hospital, we opened that 2 years and 2 weeks ago, basically.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's huge.
Thank
yes.
you. And part of the passion there was to be more. Like, we could say this animal needs a dental, they have a traumatic fracture, they, of a tooth, like they need surgery, or this animal ate something and needs a foreign body explored and needs that removed and needs hospitalization, like it needs more.
Right.
So we decided to make the hospital, and what's so wonderful is we got to make it exactly what we wanted. So we bought a building, we took it down pretty much to the studs, and we built our flow and built our hospital to be what we are. And
it's so brilliant. It's stunning. We have a picture. Yes, it is gorgeous.
Thank you.
I was so impressed when I went in because, of course, Bali and Gypsy jumped up, and then I'm like, no, and you were so sweet. You're like, it's good, girl. We're used to that. It's gorgeous in there. It's stunning.
It's all designed for the animal. So the model was the mobile. So, like, if they're in their home and they're in their living room and I'm examining them on their own couch, there's no fear. So it's so fantastic to have that. And they come into the lobby. The one owner yesterday was like, it's kind of embarrassing because she drugged me through the door, and she's like, then she sat on the chair in the lobby, like, I'm here, and I was
like, I'm ready to go.
Like, gosh, I'm flattered. And the one owner, actually the same owner, she apologized. She's like, she's only like this at your office. And this dog, like, every part of her body was wiggling because she was so happy. And I was like, gosh, I met this dog as a puppy, and they're brand new puppy owners, and the young daughter really made such an impression because she brought a list of questions. How can I do this?
Did you feel like you were looking at the little
you?
Yeah,
and she wants to be a veterinarian. I was like,
the next generation.
You can do this. Like, I started at your age. Like, you can do this. Sorry, Josephine.
No, I am so loving this. I'm like, TBY. I have Josephine.
Right. Yeah, we could stay all day.
Well, I do have to say, it is such a neat space. And honestly, when the only time I've come, and now I can't wait to go back and back again.
I'd love to.
All the dogs were so calm in there, and you had all different sizes and shapes. And it was pretty exceptional. So
thank you.
We'll obviously have you back. There's so much more we need to dive into, but can you give us a little bit of the timeline as far as like when you guys are open, et cetera, and a website?
Oh, yeah, fantastic. So we are 8 to 5:30 Monday through Friday, and then our website is On-Site Vet, so on-site, O-N-S-I-T-E, vet, VET.com with no punctuation. And we believe very strongly on being available after hours. I was just with one of my patients last night who wasn't feeling well, and that doesn't happen 8 to 5:30. That happens when it happens. So for our patients, we have an emergency service, and we try to be as available as possible for that. So that's nights, weekends, holidays kind of thing.
Well, Susan, thank you for all that you do. You're an amazing human being in this community, and we appreciate you. And Miss Josephine, we adore you. We will have you back soon.
Wonderful.
Keep it right here. Keep it right here. We have more of the show to come.
Good morning, Vail.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Do you love the outdoor lifestyle? Make sure you tune in every day at 8 p.m. to catch Scoreboard Nation. It's an outdoor lifestyle show dedicated to your 3 favorite mountain towns, Vail, Beaver Creek, Park City, and Reno, Tahoe. Join us for an incredible venture. Find us on TV8 Vail, Park City Television, or at thescoreboardnation.com. We can't wait to see you there.
You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
Welcome back to the second hour of Good Morning Vail. I'm your in-studio host, Gretchen Pleshaw. We have Ben Roof out and about in Vail Village. It is cold out there, so make sure and bundle up. We have an awesome second hour for you. We have the Free Spirit Beverage Company and the Eagle Valley Library District. So keep right here, because Good Morning Vail starts right now.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back. We are out now at the TV8 Weather Center here in Vail Village, right at Gondola 1, and we can already see the people lining up behind me, but that wind is starting, so let's take a quick look at today's weather. Starting off this morning, we're seeing a low of about 8 degrees around 8 a.m. And then as we start moving into the afternoon, we should see that high of 17 degrees. And then we've got a 70% chance of snow all throughout the day with winds 20 to 30 miles an hour coming from the west. As we take a look at the hourly forecast there, 8 a.m., we're seeing it at about 8 degrees and cloudy, with the snow starting there sometime in the morning, expecting it to be about 12 degrees around noon, hitting that high sometime between noon and 4 p.m., where things are going to start to cool off a little bit towards the evening there, seeing 16 degrees at about 8. As we take a look down at the I-70 corridor, down in Denver, we're seeing partly cloudy skies, the high of 35 degrees. In Vail, we've got that 70% chance of snow with a high of 17. Avon, we're seeing a high of 18 with a 70% chance of snow, and just a little bit warmer in Eagle at 20 degrees is our high with a 60% chance of snow down valley. As we take a look at the overnight forecast, we've got a low of 11 degrees tonight with that 90% chance of snow. Very windy with winds 25 to 35 miles an hour coming from the west. As we take a look at the rest of the week though, Saturday we're seeing a high of 19 degrees with that 70% chance of snow, a 90% chance of snow on Sunday, but a lot warmer with a high of 31. And then on Monday, we've got still a very high percentage chance of snow with a high of 22 degrees there, but the low is going to be negative 11 there Monday night. Cool. And then we've got partly sunny skies on Tuesday with a high of 24, and then we've got a little bit more snow coming in on Wednesday with that high of 36. And then as we take a look at the snow report there, in Vail, we've got 2 inches of new snow with 7 inches in the last 48 hours. And then over there, we've got 127 inches of snow for the season total with a 44-inch base depth. And then we've got 29 lifts running with 253 trails open and 91% of Vail Mountain open for skiing today. Lifts start running at 8:30 and run all the way until 3:30 p.m. tonight. And in Beaver Creek, we've got 4 inches of new snow with 10 inches in the last 48 hours, 106 on the season with a 35-inch base depth. Lifts are going to start turning there at 8:30 and spin all the way until 4 p.m. with 25 lifts open, 133 trails, and 56% of Beaver Creek's terrain open. So it's going to be a great day out there for the snow conditions, but it is going to be quite windy. I don't know if you can see yet, but the wind is already blowing down here in the village. So I imagine it's going to be a little bit rough up there on the mountain today. So make sure you're prepared. Grab a cup of coffee. We got more Good Morning Vail for you right after this break.
Good morning, Vail.
Are you looking for exciting and nutritious recipes to cook at home? Watch Colorful Cooking with Tracy Miller on TV8 Vail. Tracy brings you the best in fresh and healthy foods for the active outdoor lifestyle. Stream online at tv8vail.com or find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on 92.
Think Big features top kid inventors who face off against each other to see who can come up with the most innovative and creative invention. In Think Big, kids acquire and showcase their skills in creativity, science, marketing, design, and don't forget, teamwork. Check your local listings and watch the world's most innovative kids. They create and invent new toys, games, websites, and new modes of transportation. Tune in to Think Big.
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interests across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Hi, I'm Gretchen Pleshaw, host of TV8 Vail. From fashion to food, from film to festivals, experience a unique look at the boutiques, spas, restaurants, and venues that make the Valley so special. Join me for Glitz and Glam. Find it in Good Morning Vail or at our website at tv8vail.com. I can't wait for our next adventure.
Dog Tales is America's premier dog lovers magazine show. This series is all about dogs and the people who love them. Featuring dogs of all sizes, shapes, and breeds, keeping you up to date with all the latest news from the dog world. Sit back and enjoy a fun program for the whole family. Check your local listings and tune in to Dog Tales. TV8, there's more for you on 92. Serving the local community 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show. Out here in Vail Village, it's already starting to snow, and over that commercial break, we could hear Ski Patrol starting to blast some of that snow up on the mountain. It's going to be a great day out there, but before you head out on the mountain, we're going to take a look over at Vail Lashes with Gretchen and Glitz and Glam. So let's see what they got going on over there.
I'm so excited to be here with my good friend Nikki Mills in the beautiful space in Avon, Colorado, Vail Skin and Lashes Medical Spa. How are you doing, Nikki?
Excellent. Thanks so much for coming back in.
I am so excited. I have to be honest. I come here at least once a week. It's a true story. I love the spray tans. I love the facials. I love that you can get Botox. I can get all my cosmetic needs here and so much more. Nikki, tell us kind of what your favorite things to do are here, because I know it's a medical spa. So what do you have to offer?
Well, one of my favorite things to do on you, Gretchen, is your brows.
Yes. Oh, how did I forget them? That's my main moment, are my eyebrows.
Yes, you've had, let's see, brow lamination
Yes.
with me.
Yep.
Hennas.
Yes.
And tinting.
Waxing.
Shaping.
We've done the whole thing.
Yes.
And I get stopped for my eyebrows. That's a true story. Do you know that? All the time people are like, I love the big, thick eyebrow. It's very glamorous and glitzy.
You are very special and you are glamorous, that's for sure.
I would like to thank you for making me look this way, because I love coming in this space. It's brand new. I can't wait to show everyone around. It's beautiful chandeliers. It's a medical spa. Can you explain a little bit how this stands out and why it's different than the other spas around town?
Yes, well, our address is 30 Benchmark Road, Suite G2, and this place has been a hair salon for about 30 years. So I think almost everyone in town who does hair has worked in this space at one time, and almost everyone in town has been here at one time to get their hair done. And so when I bought it a couple years ago, I renovated the space, added a big, beautiful treatment room. I was tired of working in little treatment rooms, so I built a really big one that could house all of our new equipment, our lasers, the hydrofacial, the cryotherapy for fat freezing. We have lymphatic compression massage, a pantsuit that hopefully you'll see later. And I just needed a lot more space, but we still have 2 smaller treatment rooms. One that you're really familiar with. We do spray tans and waxing and facials. And then another room that I'm so excited about and which distinguishes us from any of the other spas in the area is it's the medical side of things that we offer. So we do Botox, filler, Kybella.
Well, and I know that you have a really special room, the consultation room, and it is stunning, so exciting. And something you were telling me a little bit about that's so neat and different is anyone that comes in here, you can take a before and then an after picture of the different things that you've had done to you to see the process and how it's actually working.
Yes, it's a very special camera. It does skin analysis. So you put your head inside a frame and it'll take a series of 3 pictures and it analyzes inside of your skin. And when we look at the pictures, you can see where your sunspots are, where you're dehydrated, where your fine lines and wrinkles are. And so we store that information and then we'll get you on a program and packages that we can do a series of treatments, and we'll recommend some of these products here. And what this camera is going to help show our guests is the before, and then say if they come back in 3 months. Did that really do anything for me? That treatment or that eye cream or skin firming, are my wrinkles going away? You know, how does my filler look or my Botox look after a couple weeks? So looking very closely through that camera and saving those photos and then doing another set of photos and comparing them back to back. And that makes us special because no one else is doing that with that kind of software that really analyzes it.
That is so awesome. And I think it's really cool too, because we were talking a little bit, men and women alike come in here. So it is a one-stop shop for men and women to come in and feel beautiful from the inside, well, outside in, I guess this time, because it's true, when you feel and look your best, I think that truly helps you, you know, to kind of glow from the outside and then bring that beauty inside.
Yes, we obviously have a lot of women in here, but what makes us special is that we do cater to men. I do a lot of waxing, brows, ears, nose, but then we also get guys in for spray tans and skincare and facials. And with the medical spa side of it, they are more than welcome to come in and meet with our nurse and get Botox and filler.
So Nikki, I know something that you provide that is very unique to this valley is a lot of makeup services. And people sometimes think, oh, we don't wear makeup here in Vail, but not true. Glitz and glam, that's what I'm saying. We have red carpet events, we have galas, we have date nights where we just want to feel and look beautiful. So this is a service you do here, right?
Yes, and also weddings. And
wedding.
Yes.
How could I forget?
The main makeup line that I carry is Jane Iredale, and
Okay.
it's called the skincare makeup. So for those of us who may be a little bit more granola, our makeup just can blend in naturally, but then we also can take it to the glam level for those red carpet events or for brides and her party.
And so, Nikki, do you do this? Is this something you could come to someone's home, or do they need to come in here because you have all the makeup I see? It's beautiful, and you have so much of it.
Yes, we can travel with it as well, but I'd love to have you come in and give you a makeover and take you through and make sure we find all the right colors. And Jane Iredale is a really popular brand that people from all over the country, they look at Jane Iredale website and they find us, and so when they're here in Vail, they can get stocked up on whatever they're running low on.
Well, I definitely will come in because I know winter to summer here, especially like my skin and with the spray tans you do for me. My skin needs different colors, different tones, to put on my lips and my eyes and different foundations. So I'll definitely come in and check it out.
Yes, and one of the lines we carry, the Extreme Lashes makeup line,
Yes.
is safe for your eyelash extensions.
That is a good thing to know. I know many women in this town that would not want to tell this all the time, but there are lots of, the lashes walking around.
Yes, and our makeup is safe for the lashes as well. And if you don't have lashes, we can get you some by using the Revitalash product.
And I love this too because Nikki and I are dear friends, and I know that you do this because it gives you a feeling of self-worth because you're making people feel beautiful. And I know some of the stories you've shared with me, and people genuinely have thanked you for helping truly turn around their lives by making them look good on the outside and feel better on the inside. And that's an amazing thing. That's really cool.
Well, it is part of my mission
Yeah.
to help make the earth more beautiful,
Yes.
like one person at a time.
Oh,
And there's a lot of hurting people in the world today. And so when they come in and I get the privilege of laying my hands on them and touching them, it can be a very special experience. And to be able to provide some peace, comfort, relaxation, help with self-esteem,
Yeah.
and that just reminds me of, all the young kids that I work with too, who, it's a tough world out there with social media and Instagram. And, I like to help people with acne, and my own children, have had issues with it and struggle. And we have a skincare line back here called Face Reality Skincare. And that's a series of treatments and great products. And also like our red light therapy and our acne light therapy,
Right.
are easy, painless treatments that people can have. And I do have really good numbing cream for some of the things that you might be a little afraid of for pain-wise, like the Procel microneedling.
Right.
I'll be working on someone and they'll say, I'm not feeling, and I'm like, okay, I can go after you a little
That's
bit
the
harder,
point.
but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and this is so neat too because you just let me know that you do house calls as well, which is pretty special. So if someone's maybe not feeling the best version of themselves, maybe feeling really down, and they want to have this moment where they feel better and you make them feel better, you will physically go to their house. That's pretty awesome.
yeah, we just got back from a house in Minturn with a mom with a new baby, which
love it.
it's so hard to pack everything up and go have a treatment if she has a wedding coming up. So that's just an example. But then we have a lot of resort guests, and we're able to bring our services to the resort, the hotel, the condo, the apartment, the house, whatever. We can make it happen.
I love this. It truly is a one-stop shop, and I can't wait to get around and look at everything, and I'm so excited. Thank you, Nikki, so much for just telling us all about the amazing things that you do, and thank you for being you and making the world a better place.
Thank you, Gretchen.
And a more beautiful place.
Yes, one person at a time.
I love it. Keep it right here for more Glitz and Glam with Gretchen.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome aboard! Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
Hi, I'm Ben Belgrad, and I'm the owner of Drinking Vessels here at Bat Country Studios in Minturn. And I've been in the Valley for 7 years. I moved to the Valley because a friend helped me to get my vision off the ground, building my glass studio here, and being so close to snowboarding. So here at the studio, we're acting as a broker for 50 to 100 artists from around the country. We also offer glassblowing classes, and we bring many artists from around the country here to be able to work and create art collaboratively and be so close to skiing and all the activities we have here in the Valley. Here at Drinking Vessels, we specialize in handmade glass drinkware from artists around the country and around the world. Some of these are produced as more of an item you could get in sets and kind of get different color options as time goes on. And some of these are completely one of a kind and really high-end art that's unlike anything people have seen before. While I'm an artist myself here at the studio, I'm representing between 50 and 100 other artists from around the country. And most of these artists are able to spend most of their time working on their art while we help handle their marketing and their sales and the distribution and representation, allowing them more time to focus on their art. That's really my privilege in running this business, is creating that support and providing that platform for this big group of artists that are part of a movement that's very important to me.
Coming up this season on Ready, Set, Renovate, real homeowners tackle really big renos.
Welcome to the ugliest house in the neighborhood.
It's a wild ride from before to after.
If we go to the tile store one more time, only one of us is coming out alive.
Well, I didn't know he was going to do all that.
Between the budget and the timeline, it's makeover madness.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. We are here with Tyler at Eyepieces of Vail, and you've got quite a spread of awesome gear for us, from helmets, goggles, all the way to sunglasses. What do you want to talk about first, Tyler?
Well, I mean, you know, here at Eyepieces, that's kind of what we specialize in, is like neck up. If it has to deal with that, chances are you come on in here, we can help you find something awesome and perfect for you, whether, like you're saying, it be helmets, goggles, sunglasses, prescription glasses, and like even literally the goggles, sunglasses, all that in prescription. So
Well, and you've got a lot of things that you wouldn't necessarily find in your traditional ski shop, right? Like, you've got Smith, you've got Oakley, but you've also got a lot of brands that you wouldn't necessarily find everywhere else.
Correct. I mean, we have your big ones, Smith, Oakley, Anon, but, you know, we have a lot of really cool kind of micro brands from around the world that offer some really unique technology. You know, I'm really glad you kind of actually brought that up. One thing that we just literally got through customs was this brand called Out Of, with their Irid lenses. This is super cool. A little hard to show off on a camera, but there's a little photocell in the lens that creates an electric current that instantaneously, within a tenth of a second, lightens or darkens the lens to the appropriate tint. So this is kind of like that answer to the question of photochromatic lenses that everyone is expecting to transfer immediately. Super cool tech. Like, literally, I think we're the only place in the U.S. that I know of that carries this.
Because like the photochromatic tech is the big thing in goggles, right? To really kind of help enhance that field, that depth of field, kind of prevent the low light, flat light issues that a lot of people experience out in the mountain. And it seems like this is like the solution to that problem almost entirely, right? Like, no more changing lenses, no more having to carry an extra one with you.
Exactly. You know, I mean, we've carried a lot of photochromatic lenses over the years, and kind of sometimes the expectation is that it's going to instantaneously change. But the tech is more of like a gradual, slower change within, 30 seconds to a minute. This literally is a change within a tenth of a second, one way or the other. Really cool when you're actually like using it, testing it out. If you haven't seen this before, I would highly suggest come into our stores. I sent them out to every store. You can come check them out. It's a really great high-tech goggle.
So let me ask you this. With the great high-tech lens and everything, can you guys still do a prescription goggle in this goggle?
That we can. So there's actually be two options for this. You know, this little guy right here is an amazing option if you want to put prescription in pretty much any goggle. It literally just clips right on in the back. And we do all of our prescription inserts with an anti-fog coating to help buff that fogging resistance on like the actual prescription lenses itself. And then we can even take it a step farther here. This is a company out of Austria that makes this, but we can actually build the prescription into the back of certain goggles, no insert needed. And this really truly performs more like a traditional goggle than a goggle with an insert in it. So really cool tech. You know, again, last I checked, one of the only places in the US that you will actually be able to see this system.
Certainly the only place I've ever heard of or been to. And I am quite the gearhead when it comes to ski gear. So you've got a lot of other things too, just beyond the goggles. You guys have helmets, sunglasses, kind of anything that you might need. You want to tell us a little bit about your helmet offerings here?
For sure. I mean, two of our great brands, we have a few more, but we have Sweet Protection, you know, great brand, becoming really well known in racing scene. But their free ride helmets are amazing too. This is their top of the line Grimnir, one of the only few free ride helmets available in a full carbon fiber shell. You know, super puncture resistant, extremely protective. This is a great free ride helmet. You know, and then moving on over here, kind of the name of the game here is Smith. Everyone knows Smith. This is probably one of my best-selling helmets, the Vantage. Great, lightweight, free ride helmet for everyone from beginners to experts, you know, everywhere in between. We got a lot of great selection on helmets. So if you're needing a helmet, which if your helmet's 5 to 7 years old,
you need a new helmet.
You need a new helmet.
If you've had one bad crash, you need a new helmet.
Exactly. Those are kind of the two rules a lot of people don't realize. Come on in and see us. We can get you fitted up with a perfect fit between goggles, helmets. You know, we'll make sure it all integrates perfectly and that you're comfortable. And
that's one of the other things that's great about eyepieces is you guys have that style guide too. It's not just what's going to fit you best, what's going to perform best in the mountain, but you're going to really help find something that's going to fit the customer the best. Something that's going to fit them well, look good on them, and then find pieces that are going to work well together, right?
Exactly. If you can look behind us, honestly, one of the largest selections of goggles for you to try on probably in the U.S., and that includes great brands, colors. You know, we can really find something that resonates both personally and also like when it comes to working well for you.
Exactly, because there's a lot of different color options and a whole lot of different style options within the same performance ranges too, which is great. I mean, from this carbon fiber finish you got here on the Sweet Protection helmet to that nice soft pink there on the Smith. And I mean, one of the great things about those Smiths is whether it's cold or warm outside, the helmet can adjust too with that huge venting system up top.
Yeah, a lot of our
That's
helmets
so
have adjustable venting. You know, it really just depends. There's a lot of cool features that a lot of people don't realize. If you want to put audio in the helmets, pretty much all of our helmets are audio capable and audio ready. And we sell the audio kits if you already have a helmet. So, you know, we can really get you set up fully with everything but like your jacket, boots, and, you know, the rest
As long
of
as
the
it's from the
gear.
neck up, right?
Yeah, neck up.
So let's move on to the sunglasses a little bit and tell us a little bit about what you guys have for off the mountain wear.
For sure. So just kind of like our goggle selection, we really do scour the world for really great, unique, eyewear-specific brands. Here's kind of 3 of my favorites right now. Barton Pereira is an LA-based brand that's all made in Japan. Really great classic style. As you can tell, they kind of have some fun colors thrown in there. Full-on sunglass and prescription glass ranges. And, you know, even a lot of these tints you see in these lenses, we can do a really good job of approximating in your prescription. We're definitely not your average shop that's just going to tell you, okay, gray, brown. Like, the sky really is the limit. And if you don't mind waiting sometimes for some really cool custom tints, we have all sorts of really interesting things we can do with
So if you're really looking for some rose-colored glasses, you can find them here?
Oh, rose, I mean, dual-colored rose to green, rose to yellow. any really combo. It's really a amazing selection that we can get for you in prescription, or even if you don't need prescription, you're just wanting to customize it, we can always do that too.
Well, and you got such a great variety of styles where you're looking for something with a thicker frame, something a little bit more minimalist. You even got some great reading glasses and stuff that you can fit in your pocket, some things that are super, super flexible too.
Exactly. So, I mean, one of my favorites, especially with people who are worried and hard on their glasses, these don't look like they would be very durable, but it's all surgical grade stainless steel. These things are meant to flex, fold. If they're in your ski jacket or you just sit on them, they're just going to pop right back. And they're so lightweight. It's like all-day comfort. This is a really great brand out of Germany called Makita. It's been one of our all-time favorites. We've carried them for almost 20 years now and really seen the evolution of this brand, and it resonates with our customer. It's a great brand. I mean, there's no bad brands in here, but, there's some definitely standout brands.
It's fantastic. So anything else you want to share with us here before we go?
Real quick, really hard to find stuff. Our collection from Jacques-Marie Mage is all handmade in Japan in limited numbered production quantities. Really hard for us to get a hold of. And pretty much once it's sold from our stores, like there's no finding another one. It's literally going to be sold out worldwide. But great craftsmanship, amazing styles. This is truly one of our favorite brands at the moment. It's really cool to come in and see the whole selection. If you're familiar with the brand, definitely drop by. Even if you're not familiar with the brand, drop by and check it out. But for us to have as much as we do with this brand, it really is truly something very special and cultivated relationship that we've had with them.
It's absolutely fantastic. So whether you're looking for one-of-a-kind pieces or something to just get out there and protect you well on the slopes, Eyepieces of Vail is definitely the place to go. Where can people find out a little bit more about you guys, and especially find out about the schedules for eye exams?
For sure. So you can always go to our website, eyepieces.com, or you can always just give us a call. We have 8 convenient locations, 6 here in Vail Valley and 2 in Roaring Fork. And the doctor is in Tuesday, Thursdays here in the Valley. He starts in Edwards in the morning, and then around 3 p.m. comes over to Vail after lunch until 7. So really a great flexible schedule. Eye appointments take anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes. So it's really quick and easy. You walk out with your prescription. You can choose from some of the world's best glasses, exactly what you want. And sometimes, depending on your prescription, we could even have it ready same day or next day for you to take with you.
That's incredible, Tyler. Well, thank you so much for your time, and we'll be right back with a little bit more Good Morning Vail right after this.
Good morning, Vail.
Learn the latest in science each week and how it relates to everyday life. From space exploration to plant biology to the latest in high-tech advances. Every new scientific development is explored and explained in an understandable way. Amazing stories each week. Watch Science Now.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the immersion theater.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Now, I have a powerhouse group of human beings with me right now. Free Spirit as well as Reconnected. How are you guys doing today?
We're doing great.
I'm
awesome.
Doing really good. So I'm going to let you guys introduce yourselves real quick, and then we're going to dive on in because all of us have something in common on this couch.
My name's Kate Manley. I'm the owner of Free Spirit. We used to have a storefront bottle shop that was really cool, and we kind of were testing the water. Me and my mom started this store to see what the interest in the community was in having an alcohol-free option. So we brought that, and we got a lot of positive feedback, and now we're kind of reinvigorating ourselves and doing some pop-ups around the community to really get people involved. And so, of course, I reached out to Rob and Jessica from Reconnected to just really amplify the mission and the experience for people.
Cool. And I'm Rob Sharon, and I'm the founder of Reconnected, which is a local nonprofit recovery community organization that supports people on their journeys of recovery, whether that's to sobriety or whatever that looks like, through one-on-one coaching and social events.
I'm Jessica Tang. I am Reconnected Foundation's peer support specialist. So I mentor and coach people that are seeking long-term recovery and recovery maintenance, as well as helping these people create some social events that are fun for sober individuals and people that are curious about being sober.
Amen.
I love that I just made you like elementary school. Introduce your, this is Sure and Tell, guys. There we go. Well, I love that this is, becoming a sober community, and that sober curious is such a brilliant word, because early days of, I know that we were speaking via Instagram, there are so many people that are sober curious. And sometimes I think people get confused that you just have to be 100% sober. And maybe your first step is just seeing, hey, I'm not feeling that great. I don't want to be drinking all the time, or I want to go to an event and not feel not the best the next morning. Trying these spirits, these drinks that are non-alcoholic, is a great way to get started. And that's kind of your journey, correct? That you started, yeah.
No, absolutely. I think that the Sober Curious movement is huge, and I think a lot of people are having maybe their first or multiple year experience with Dry January. It's a big movement.
Right.
And so people are looking for that alternative and noticing a lot of the benefits that can come even just if they take a break during the week or whatever that looks like for you to support your healthier lifestyle and your physical, mental, spiritual self. And for us at Free Spirit, our motto is drink differently, live fully. So we have a variety of spirits online and through our Instagram, because our physical location is not physical anymore. We're moving through new locations. But yeah, I brought some little spirits that are an example of what we have to offer, and a great substitute. And you can always do one-on-one with a NA spirit and a real spirit. So there's just so many ways to approach this really fun and creative thing that you can do for yourself.
Well, and have you guys seen, before we jump into how you guys met and all of that good stuff, have you seen kind of a shift? Because I feel like this generation kind of coming up is more prone to have these NA drinks and to do sober moments and maybe sober altogether. Because even I just got back from London, and there are so many different options that seem to be trickling into our valley now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Breweries, if they don't have an NA option,
Yeah.
are losing business.
100%.
And so, and mental health just in general is just a topic of conversation on the reg. And so people are just able to,
Yes.
it's not weird to have an NA. Used to be the Bud Light Town series where it's all the races, you finish your mountain bike, get off, and you get a beer, and now there's athletic brewing for the NA option.
So cool.
So
see, and I love, you guys met kind of, tell me if I'm right about this, so you had reached out to kind of get events and have your drinks, the mocktails, etc.
Yeah.
And then how did this happen? How did this?
Rob and I actually both grew up in the Vail Valley. We went to both graduates of Battle Mountain.
Guys.
I was in
Battle Mountain, I love it.
And his younger brother was in my grade, but we had no overlap. And then when I was starting to do the Free Spirit stuff, I had multiple people tell me about Rob, and I was like, oh, okay, I should reach out to him. And
Cool.
then we had an hour-long coffee just talking about how passionate we are about bringing sober events that are still fun, and just because you're sober doesn't mean that you can't party and dance and have a good time. And so I think that's really important to both of us, and personally, and to offer to the community.
Cool.
So that's how we connected. And then Jessica came in, and I love Jessica's outlook on things. She's a yoga teacher, and
your
very
energy is
holistic,
amazing.
And just has so much knowledge about just that spiritual aspect that I think is really awesome. We were talking about this amethyst, the crystal, and how. Now I'm going to let you take over.
Yes, so cool. I'm so stoked on this. Yes.
So this is something I learned a long time ago. You all can correct me if I'm wrong too, or if I maybe misread it. But I learned that amethyst is a great stone to help people that are curious about sobriety or wanting to just eliminate a little bit of substance from their lives. The story goes that Dionysus, the king of partying, spilled his wine and it was absorbed into the earth, which then created this beautiful purple stone that we all know as amethyst. And so it is something that, like, this weirdos with crystals love to use in terms of like adding that extra component to your recovery that can give you a little consciousness tool in what you're doing.
Totally. Whatever help you can get, I think,
Yeah.
grab onto it. And I was going between 3 crystals and I didn't even know which one I was going to bring.
Right?
And then it ended up being this. We were talking about that and it was
Funny
super
how that
cool.
works out, right?
Yeah, totally.
Serendipity at its finest.
Yeah.
Well, and I love that you said that you you sell this with the bottle, right?
I'm creating, so I'm doing these packages where I'm going to have a spirit, a journal, a glass, and a candle, a consciousness tool, so that it can be kind of self-reflection and depending on what you're looking for. For instance, the 3 spirits, they're functional spirits, and they have different adaptogens in them that will bring out like different things. So for instance, the nightcap has like willow bark, so it's a little more calming, reflective, and the social elixir and the Livner have different ones, so they have different candles and different things. So
I feel very Vanna White right now.
But
I'm
yeah.
like, yes, hello.
So it's a cool way to approach it, and I just think it brings in everything that you might need to kind of to really get to know yourself better and just kind of make it fun.
Well, and that's one thing we were talking about off camera is look at the 4 of us. Do we look like we're enough? We have so much energy and just like pizzazz, artistic, just great. And I think that in this town of ours as well, there's so many people that want to drink, that don't want to drink, and the main thing is it doesn't matter. And that's one thing that I love, like you were saying. If you're sober, people are stoked for you, but really they don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, it's not something that is looked down upon. It's not something that people are going to think twice about. If anything, I've had people come up to me and be like, interesting, explain your journey. I want to learn more. And that's powerful and that's beautiful. But for the most part, it is just becoming an everyday thing. It's not this like outcast weird moment. It's a vibe. Yeah.
Right. Most people don't know what's in my glass, like when I'm out at the bar. Like, never do they ask. And like,
yes. Well, guys, do we have any events coming up? Do we have anything cool to
Yeah. We're really excited about a couple events. There's going to be a mocktail and canvas event that Reconnected is hosting at Alpine Arts, and the first 25.
It's free. Yeah, it's free for anyone that shows up. We have capacity for 30 people.
Cool.
So instead of your like cocktails and canvas, we'll have Free Spirit there to supply different mocktails for us.
Wow. When is that?
January 24th, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Awesome. I love this. And then both of you guys, because I know people are going to be so interested to learn more, what is the best way to get in contact with you?
It would be through our Instagram, which is Free Spirit, one word, _Bev_co. There's a lot of free spirits out there, so that's what we could get.
That's good.
But I do just want to touch on the other event that we have at the end of the month. It's the last Sunday of January to kind of cap off like this dry January, and then to bring people in, and it's a substance-free après ski. So we're going to be at the top of Lion's Head, ski down, take a couple laps, and then wrap it up at Barton Yeti's from 4 to 6, where Free Spirit will have our alcohol-free cocktails and just community.
Right.
And for you guys, where is the best way to get a hold of Reconnected real quick?
So our website, reconnected.org, and then we have our Instagram handle, reconnected_foundation.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. We'll definitely have you back. And thank you for everything that you do for the community. I appreciate you guys.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. And keep it right here. We have more Good Morning Vail to come.
Good morning, Vail.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Show. We are feeling good today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. Welcome to our show. I'm Suki.
I'm Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great show.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. I have an amazing human being on my couch, Tegan from the Eagle Valley Library District. How are you doing,
Good.
Tegan?
How about yourself?
I'm good. I feel like we were just chit-chatting. It has been a crazy past couple of weeks, but good. I feel like so much is happening, and we're in full effect. The 12th day of January, Tegan. Where did it go?
Into the new year.
I know.
Here
We're
we
ready. So, my friend, what is happening?
Lots is happening at the library.
Okay.
And I kind of wanted to let everyone know about our system, because all libraries across America are set up a little bit different, and we're unique in Colorado. We are a library district.
Okay.
So our service population is from Dotsero up to Bonds, up to Dow Junction.
I didn't realize that.
Yep. We have a big service population, and then our library branches are in Avon, Eagle, and Gypsum. But the unique thing about Colorado is we love to share. So we share with all sorts of libraries. So if you come in and you can't find your materials on our shelf, you can we can ask other libraries to send it to you. So never come in and get disappointed because your item's not there. We can get it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and then if other Colorado libraries do not have the item or they can't send it in your particular time period, we start asking out of state. So we've had items from Library of Congress come through. Library of Congress did not want it to leave our building.
Yeah,
however,
I'm sure. Do not leave the premises.
Yep. However, for that person's research purposes, that was just what they needed.
Wow.
So even if you can't see it on the shelf, we will try to get it to you.
Okay, that's brilliant. That is not normal, is it? For most, I mean, that's
different states do it differently. And so Colorado, a long time ago, we were like, you know what, we're going to share our resources so that everyone has access, because again, it's about access to information.
Right.
And sometimes it's not on the shelf because people only have we only have so many shelves. We only have so much space.
Right.
Or it's super popular, so put your name on the list. And even if the list is long, put your name on there, and because we will get it for you.
Well, and that's what I was wondering. So I come in and I've heard, I'm so obsessed with this new book called The Mountain. Have you heard about this?
No, I haven't.
Okay, I
Tell me.
really want to get. So let's say I come in and The Mountain isn't available.
Correct.
What do I do?
Okay, so then you want to either ask a librarian or hop on our online card catalog. So
I
the
always forget about
computer.
that. That's a good thing to remember. Okay.
And then you just look it up and then you put a hold on it.
Okay.
And if you just want the librarian to do it, we're happy to help. We can help you out there.
Okay.
And on our end, so any new book that we purchase for adults, we keep it in our system for 3 months before we share, because we want you guys to have first dibs before we share it out. So the online card catalog is all of our consortium. So you're looking at all the holds for Western Colorado. So it might seem daunting when you have like 100 people are on hold for this, and you're like, I'm never going to get it.
That's a lot. Yes, exactly.
No, put your name on it, because we will buy at least 6 copies to circulate amongst ourselves.
That's brilliant.
Yep. And so then you're not going to be 101. You might be 5 on the list.
That is so cool. I am like shocked because this is a big moment. That's a big deal. That's cool. Well, and I'm thinking back to high school and just research, or even college coming in, and there was such a hard time for me in Ohio to try to find certain books, et cetera. But here for high school kids, college kids, I want The Mountain. There we go. I know what I'm doing after this. That's really cool to know. Okay, so don't get nervous about the bigger numbers.
Yes, don't get nervous about the bigger numbers. Even for our ebooks or in our e-resources, again, that's a reflection of a consortium. So oftentimes we have bought a copy, and so we're trying to circulate it amongst our patrons first.
Okay.
And then in regards to like high school and college students who are doing research, a part of the consortium is, we do have universities that are a part of it, and then we work with with the Front Range libraries all the way up to Wyoming as well on our card catalog system. So you can get access to big universities and their materials as
I'm
well.
like, shout out to the library system here in Colorado. I am like in shock. That's amazing.
Yeah, and there's a huge courier system throughout the state that are moving books up across the state.
So do you know, I just thought about this.
Yeah.
Do you know most of the libraries? I mean, I know there's thousands in the state, but like you probably are pretty aware of.
Yes. Yeah,
Wow.
so location codes pop out,
Right.
and so we all
That's
kind
wild.
of know.
Sorry, I'm like in awe
we all
right now.
kind of know, like, 508, that's Mesa, and we all kind of know where our books are going and the books that are coming to us.
Okay, so Tegan, let's say again,
Yeah.
I don't know the mountain. I'm so excited.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
self-help
no.
book.
Oh,
I'm
that's
all about them. So I come in, I
Yes.
talk to you, or
Yep.
I go online.
Yep.
How long do we think? I know this is kind of a loaded question
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it depends. But
It does.
yeah.
So it depends on where you end up on the wait list.
Okay.
And also depends on the roads.
Right, no, 100%. I was going to ask you about that. Thank you for coming, by the way.
So it depends on a few factors.
Okay.
But if you look on the online card catalog and there's copies available,
Okay.
usually we can get it to you within a week.
Wow.
If there's snowstorms and it kind of delays the courier, obviously that throws a kink.
Totally.
But we can kind of get it to you ahead of time.
Wow.
However, for all those kiddos that are doing research for
That's what I was
homework,
going to say, yeah.
the night before is not the best time.
I feel like you're speaking to my younger self. I used to do this to my parents all the time and be like, oh, I have a book report. They're like, excuse me? And I'm like, it's due tomorrow at 9 a.m.
We will still try to help you, but there might be some resources that we just don't have access to
Okay.
in that short of time period. So
Okay.
we do try to encourage students to think about it ahead of time so that we
Yes.
can get the materials in.
Okay, and so another question, this might be kind of silly. Well, there's no
it's okay.
silly questions,
There's no
right?
silly
No
question.
silly questions. When you get the book, how long are you able to keep it out for?
No, that's a great question.
Okay, yeah.
Because we kind of changed some things. So,
Yeah, okay.
so our traditional items, so things, books, movies, so DVDs, music, CDs.
Oh, okay.
You can keep those for
There's
3
so much.
weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Wow, okay.
You can have up to 2 renewal periods, so long as no
Wow.
one's waiting.
Gotcha.
Because again, we're all about sharing.
I like
so long
that.
as no one's waiting.
Okay.
So you can have it up to 9 weeks.
Wow. Okay, so if someone is waiting for it, you
Yep.
get 3 weeks.
You get 3 weeks.
And how do you find that out? Do you have to call in? Do you?
Oh, so people put things on hold. So this is why I
Okay.
encourage put it on hold, put it on hold,
That's
put
it.
it on hold.
Oh,
And then
okay.
that tells our system like, hey, someone's waiting in the wings.
And then you'll let them.
Yeah,
That is
and then
so
you'll get the
interesting.
notice being like, hey, oh, it's time to turn in your material. And, you're like,
And
"Oh,
someone's like,
okay."
no, I know. I don't want to.
I'm
I
not
don't want to
done.
share.
We're like, put it on hold again. You can
Yeah,
check
it's
it out
fine.
again.
Oh, that is so cool. So
Yeah.
if it's not on hold for someone else, you could have it up to 9 months.
9 weeks.
9 weeks. 9 months. That's what I meant. 9 weeks. Sorry. That
9
would be
weeks,
weird.
9
9
weeks.
weeks.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you, personal preference?
Yes.
Is it better for people to call in, come in, or go online?
Either way.
Okay.
Either way, whatever you feel most comfortable with.
Okay.
So again, we're always happy to help. You can do it online. We also have online resources, so our ebooks and our e-audiobooks,
Wow.
plus e-magazines, and we have some videos as well online.
So that makes it super simple.
Yes. So if you can't
Okay.
make it into the library, there's other ways to still access the library from home.
Cool.
And then if you're savvy and you want to put it all in yourself, fantastic. Or sometimes, like even our savvies are like, I can't find it. Can you help? We're happy to help. That's why we're
Okay.
here.
Cool.
Or if you're just like, I just heard this book on the radio and I need it now.
Yes.
We're happy to put it on hold for you as well.
That is amazing. I am so, not shocked, but I'm like, this is awesome. I'm so happy that you. So my very last question for you, Tegan, is this all the libraries?
So our library district is
Right.
Avon, Eagle, and Gypsum.
Gypsum, got it. Okay.
So that you would get an EVLD library card, but with that
Perfect.
card, you have access to all
all.
of Colorado.
Oh,
so
I didn't
again,
know that either.
yes. Well, so again, with that card, if you can't find it on the shelf or another library has it, we share, and the other library will send it to us.
That's
and
amazing.
again, if we can't find it in Colorado, we'll just keep going and going and going. We're really trying to get to yes.
Ah, I love it. And I've been to every single library
Oh, good.
here.
Yay.
And I have to say, I don't know how you guys keep them so clean.
Oh, thank you. That's
It's so
gorgeous. Yeah.
gorgeous,
Yeah.
well staffed. I could just sit in there for days and it's so impressive. So Tegan,
Thank
thank
you.
you always for
Thank you,
everything
thank
that you do.
you.
And thanks for educating me on all of this today. My mouth was wide open for most of the interview. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. So
A lot of people don't know, and that's why I want to share.
yeah, no, thank you so much. And
Thank
we
you.
love having you.
Thank
you and happy
you.
Friday,
You
Tegan.
as well.
Keep it right here. We have more Good Morning Vail to come.
Good morning, Vail.
show. We are feeling good today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. Welcome to our show. I'm Suki.
I'm Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great show.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
Join us in exploring the everyday lives of community members here in the Vail Valley. Hear their inspiring stories of how they came here, their contributions to our community, and why they chose to call this place home. We want you to be one of our neighbors. If you would like to be featured or nominate someone to be featured, please send an email to danielle@tv8vail.com. We look forward to featuring your story right here on TV8.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show, guys. Before we let you go, let's take one more quick look at today's weather forecast. Starting off this morning around 8 a.m., it's going to be cold at about 8 degrees starting off this morning. As we get a little bit later in the day, though, we're going to see that high of 17 degrees towards the afternoon with a 70% chance of snow throughout the day. Winds 20 to 30 miles an hour all day long. Starting off this morning, it's going to be cold with that high sometime hitting between noon and 4 p.m. Taking a look at the I-70 corridor, we've got 35 in Denver, 17 in Vail, 18 in Avon, and 20 in Eagle, with snow all throughout the high country. Low tonight of 11 degrees with a 90% chance of snow and still super, super windy. As we take a look at the rest of the week, on Saturday it's going to be 19 degrees with a 70% chance of snow. Sunday, a 90% chance of snow with 31 degrees. And then we've got that snow tapering off towards Tuesday with sunny skies, hopefully in the midweek. Now, back to Gretchen to close it out. Thank you guys so much.
Happy Friday to all of you. Hopefully you're staying warm out there. Oh my goodness, it looks like a winter wonderland. Get on out there, have some fun skiing this weekend. We had such a great show. Thank you for joining us this morning for 2 hours of Good Morning Vail. Get on out there, have some fun in that snow, and we will see you very, very soon. Have a great day, everyone. Happy Friday.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. You're home in the Rockies.